Hey, what is up guys, Yukichiba here, back with another video, and I'm coming to you with the second place deck list at YCS Toronto, Jeff Jones with his Psychic deck. How many people looked at this and just went, what? You know, it's like really weird. I was like, okay, windups win, that's great, but I'm not going to do a report on windups because it's an extremely predictable deck list, apart from it being a more trap heavy build, so I'm going to do this one instead. Really original. I really like it a lot. It's got great synergy, very easy to get 5 Earths engraved to bring out this guy, Grandsoil the Elemental Lord. One of the first of many Elemental Lords, I presume, that will be coming out. We know Mooling Dust is in the next set as well. So, the deck list is as follows. 3 Grandsoils, 3 Serene Psychic Witch, 2 Tragoedias, 2 Psychic Commanders, 2 Psychic Jumpers, 2 Card Troopers, 2 Giant Rat, 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Max C, 1 more in the side deck, 1 Gores, 1 Neospatian Grandmal, which I'm basically seeing everywhere now that this new format has started. It's the answer to Zen mains, people. It is the answer. Silent Psychic Wizard, and 1 Esper Girl. As for these spells and traps, we have 3 Emergency Teleports. Staple. This card is broken as hell. Finally, someone took advantage of the fact that it was at 3 over the space of like a 3-day period, and decided to use it at a YCS. Good for him. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, 2 Positive Duality, since we only have 2. 2 Miracle Synchro Fusion for Ultimate Axon Kicker, who, as he said in his interview, he did get out a couple of times. 1 Pot of Avarice, 1 Mind Control, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, 1 Creature Swap, 1 Monster Reborn, and finally 1 Psychic Overload, just for a little bit of extra draw power, I suppose. Also, it is a minor graveyard control card if you have like way too many Earths in grave and you need to get it down to 5, although it is exactly 3, so that could be a little bit awkward. But I suppose when he needed it, he probably used it. So, extra deck is Beast, Barkion, Magical Android, Psychic Life Transfer, Psychic Nightmare. A card that I got like 3 of back in the day in Duelist Revolution in packs, but I never really saw the use for. But I mean, you can sink into him. Unfortunately, he's wind, so he doesn't really feed the Earth Engine at all. Catastor, Guidelight the Force of Earth, Black Rose Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Thought Ruler Archfiend. As for the XYZs, only 3, Leviathan Dragon, Solo Silver Mountain, who he admitted that he probably wouldn't put in again, and Wind Up Zen mains, and finally 2 Ultimate Axon Kickers. As for the deck itself, as I said, it's got amazing synergy. It's all the cards work really well together. For example, all of these Psychic guys, when you remove stuff from play, you get stuff to your hand, or get it special summon during the next standby phase. Really good. Plus, it's almost like you protect the monster that you banish with the effects of Serene Psychic Witch and, for example, Silent Psychic Wizard, so that you can get the Earths engrave afterwards. Card Trooper is just for general milling power, and it's kind of a way to speed up getting Earths engraved. There are 25 monsters in the deck, so, you know, not only Chaos Dragons, which would have slightly more, but it is highly likely that he'll be able to get Earths engraved fairly easily. This is the kind of deck I like, a deck that controls the graveyard. I can't imagine Macro Cosmos would be a problem for this deck, but if you see in the side deck there, he has 3 Royal Decrees. So, and for anyone who might not know what this card is, Needle Sealing. Really good against windups. Really good against any deck that swarms. So, I'm going to go into that in a minute or two. The Giant Rats, of course, that's basically synergy all over, because look at what they can go into. They can go into Card Troopers, they can go into Psychic Jumpers, they can go into Serene Psychic Witch, they can go, not into him, into Esper Girl, and of course into Neospatian Grandmal. Imagine they think they can go for a game or something, and they like attack over a Giant Rat, and then you just pop out a Grandmal, and they're just like, shit. Like, seriously, it's such a kind of a trolly card. Of course, Emergency Teleport. You know, like, welcome back, Emergency Teleport. I mean, people weren't using it when it was at 2 because, I don't know, I mean, you just need that little bit of extra consistency and probability of drawing the card. So, the tuners, I mean, you have Esper Girl, you have Psychic Jumpers, you have Psychic Commanders. Of course, you have Effect Veilers, which you can't bring out. But, I mean, the ability to synchro in this deck is just amazing, and I can fully expect this deck to do well now. People will all start trying to net deck this thing. But Jeff Jones stated himself that he's probably not going to run the deck anymore because everyone knows about it, which is a perfectly reasonable, thing to say, and I would probably be doing the same thing if I wasn't a complete net decker. Ha ha ha. I'm not really. But it's a really good deck. I'm really happy it did well. And it goes to show how this badness blew the format wide open. I mean, we saw Gear Giz in the top 16. We saw, Chamber, which isn't very surprising. But then we saw stuff like this, you know? But there's only 3 wind-up decks, I think, in the top 8. You would expect more, and I don't know if there are any Dino Rabbit decks in the top 8. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check again. But it's just, yeah, really, really amazing to see a deck like this. And he has so many different options as well. I mean, the Miracle Synchro Fusion play, he did state in his interview, Underworld6667 was the one who posted up the original deck list, so I have to give credit to him. I'll put it in the description. But yeah, regarding Miracle Synchro Fusion, he said there was a bit of confusion, rather. He'd draw into Miracle Synchro Fusion and he'd draw into a bunch of other stuff, and it would be an inconsistent hand, basically. Miracle Synchro Fusion would often create somewhat of an inconsistent hand. However, he only tested this out just before the YCS for like a week and a half or something, so he said. So obviously you can't get all the nooks and crannies out of the deck before he tests it. But, you know, maybe it's down to his individual skill, but he came second, so obviously he did something right. And with 3 quick play spell cards that can bring out a level 3 or lower Psychic type monster from your deck, which is pretty much everything you need, it's just amazing. Because you bring out stuff, you synchro with it, you get 2 more Earth's Engrave, that might bring you up to 5, you drop a Grandsoil, you bring back, like, I don't know, a BLS. We're all sort of saying that, oh, the best card you can bring back is BLS. And then you just, like, push for game. Tragoedius for stall, because he's usually got a lot of stuff in his hand. And yeah, there's nothing really else I can say about the deck. I particularly like this guy, Psychic Jumper. It's kind of like a mini creature swap. He also main decks 1 creature swap, so it's just really, really good, where if you're just getting worried about something that your opponent has, you just go, okay, I'll take that. And then you attack over the Jumper, and then you get another Earth Engrave, and they lose loads of life points because his attack is only 100. And it's just really, really good. The main deck Max Cs, I think they're becoming pretty much standard now. Before we go, I'm just going to take a quick look at the side deck. Yeah, Max C, 2 Cyber Dragons, 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. He didn't mention this, but I'm pretty sure he would have sided these against windups as well, because all of their XYZs are machines. But he mentioned it mainly against Geargiz. 1 MST, 3 Royal Decrees, 2 Crevice into the different dimension, 2 Goes and Match, which he claims he never sided, 2 Needle Ceilings, really good against windups, as I said, and any other deck that swarms. Not particularly good against Geargiz, because they can flip their armors face down and blah blah blah. And 1 Connect Soldier, which I presume was against like hero matchups and Sams, the odd thing like that. But siding lane of 1, you're never going to draw it, so I really don't get that. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. It was a bit of kind of a messy video, just a quick run over of this deck. But as we all know, Psychics are amazing, particularly this guy, Psychic Commander. He was everyone's favourite target for Emergency Teleport back in the day, alongside Krebons. But of course, this guy running Earth, he didn't want to have Krebons because it's a dark target. And of course, the only non-Earth targets in the deck, or monsters in the deck, are the 2 Tragos, the 2 Vaders, and the Gores. So, you know, this guy, he could just get Earths in the grave so quickly, and that's why I think this deck is so, so amazing. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. A little bit late to the party, as always, but I'm in Ireland, so I can't really see the stuff until I get up in the next morning. I went on at 2 AM or 3 AM or something. I saw the video and I was like, Mega Capital G's video, and I was like, will I make it now, or will I sleep and then make it? Anyway guys, yeah, comment, rate, subscribe as always. I'm Weevil YouTuber, and I am signing out. Peace guys.